everyone, it's Natalie, and today I need to plant broccoli. Well, today and tomorrow. I'm going to rip out these tall ones behind me. They have shot to seed. So let me show you what I'm talking about. We got 80-degree temperatures, and they all shot to seed. See how tall they are? I suspect they're not good. I suspect they're bitter. But I'll probably try one. Let's hope I don't gag. When your plants shoot to seed, they get a milky substance in there, and it tastes really bad. And I forget what it's called, but you can look it up. All right, let's get to the broccoli. Okay, here is those broccoli that shot to seed, and also this broccoli over here. I cut the tops off to try to stop it from going to seed, but see how it shot up and got really tall? That's going to seed, and then it starts to get bitter. I don't know. I haven't tried it. Let me see. Like this little shorty right here, he hasn't really got tall, but see in the middle from the snow, over this way. See in the middle right there? That don't look great. But we got a little broccoli. This is an Italian variety of broccoli. I don't know if it's supposed to give me a head. You know? Let's see. I'm going to try this. Okay, let me see. Tastes like broccoli. It's good. It's not bitter yet, that one. But I bought plants, and these are gonna, well, it's a little bitter. I'm starting, Did you see that? I probably have green in my teeth now. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'll be back. I need something to drink. Oh my God, that was gross. So, when your broccoli get tall like I showed you, don't eat them. They've shot to seed. You can let them go to seed and collect the seed, but I'm not gonna. It was like $3.95 for a pack of 6. So I'm gonna pull these out, and I'm gonna plant new ones, and I'm gonna show you how to grow broccoli and cauliflower, hopefully. Now, cauliflower needs cold temperatures. I've never grown it because of that, because we tend to like get warm spurts and then get really cold, get warm, get really cold. So we'll see if we get cauliflower. I'm gonna try, so don't follow me on that, but you can follow the broccoli. But it's really hard because they get warm temperatures, like 80 degrees is gonna shoot seed. So I'm in zone 8B. They grow it here. I don't know why I can't grow it. So I'm just saying I'm not an expert at growing broccoli because mine always shoots seed. But I got this wood chip method, and maybe since I'll show you my plants how tall they are. Okay, so this is the cauliflower. See how tall he is? And this is the broccoli. And this is Lieutenant broccoli, which I have never grown before. So I'm going to rip all these broccoli out. I'm going to rip this broccoli out. And here I'm going to put onion. Okay, I will be back when I have all the broccoli ripped out, which will be tomorrow. Because I might start it now, but it's getting kind of dark. Well, it's about to get dark. I might start it now, and then I'll film tomorrow. I'm definitely planting them tomorrow. I'm not doing it tonight. So, all right, we'll see you then. All right, I'm back. It's actually 2 days later. Sun's in my eyes. It's a beautiful day. Let's get planting broccoli and cauliflower now. I have already pulled out the broccoli that went to seed, and now all we have to do is plant. I just ripped them out of there. Okay, here we go. We are going to start with cauliflower. You always want to put your tallest in the back and your shortest up front. Unfortunately, I got this kale here that is taller than the cauliflower. because it's been growing ever since the fall. It grew through winter and all that. So, you know, make do with what you got. It'll be fine. A little shade won't hurt the cauliflower. It likes cold temperatures, and we're getting like some really warm temperatures right now. So let's start with cauliflower number 1. And I'm gonna go ahead, and I got, you can see the leaf. I got a kale right here. And we're doing 1 per square foot. So I'm gonna put the cauliflower close to the edge here because I can direct it that way to give me more room for the other cauliflowers, right? So I'm gonna go a little off-kiltered from the kale. What is that shiny thing in my bed? I don't know. It was super shiny though. So I'm just gonna move the wood chips out of the way like this. Instead of just pull them all off. I'm just moving them out of the way. And we're gonna dig a hole just like we did with the lettuce. If you haven't seen that video, I suggest you watching it if you don't know how to grow your own lettuce, or you want a refresher and see how I do it. I'm gonna put blood meal that I got on my Home Depot haul. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. I'll link the iCard. Yeah, plug. Anyways, this is a 1200 fertilizer. You see that? It says 12-0-0. What that means is NPK. NPK. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. That's what those numbers mean. You'll see it on all fertilizers, like my Job here. My Job, it says, let me find it for you. It's 444. You see it right here? 444. That means 4 nitrogen, 4 phosphorus. Oh, look, there's a worm down in my hole. Anyways, 4 nitrogen, 4 phosphorus, 4 potassium. This is a balanced fertilizer. I love balanced fertilizers. But I'm going to up the nitrogen to 12 plus 4. That's 16. So I'm going to a 16-4-4. And that's to really get the green part of my cauliflower growing. I want the plant to grow. We don't have long before it gets warm, and I won't get cauliflower. I've never grown it before, like I told you, so I'm trying to make the best of it. Okay, so we'll see. I'm gonna put just a small handful of fertilizer down in the planting hole of the Job's all-purpose, and then I'm gonna put the same amount of blood meal. Same amount of blood meal right in the planting hole. And blood meal looks like this. It doesn't look like blood. It's just black. It's dried blood. And this is organics, so it's dried blood from organic animals. Probably chickens and cows and maybe pigs. Okay? And mix it in. You don't want your roots coming in direct contact with the fertilizers. You see a unbroken down wood chip? Take it out. It pulls nitrogen from your plant. So you want to make sure you don't have a lot of that in there. Okay? So there we go. I'm confident about that. And now we're going to put the cauliflower down in there. It says the spacing is 18 inches apart. And I say bull to that. I use the square foot gardening method, so 1 per square foot can be just fine. I made that hole too deep, I'm sure. Okay? You see this? Not very root bound at all. Not at all. So I'm not worried about teasing it too much. Just a little bit on the bottom like this. That's to get the roots going and flared out so it doesn't stay in a ball. Okay? Piece of wood chip. And down in the planting hole it goes. We want this part of the plant level with the soil. Oh, first let's take off the dead. Where's your snips? All right, I'm gonna take that dead leaf off. Just snip it. That's all the dead I need to remove off of that. Poke around the plug like this. Okay, And then push the soil back around it. Push it in. Okay? So they're pretty good. Now, I'm going to take some blood meal, just about the same amount, put it around the base here. Okay? Now I'm going to do the same with the fertilizer. Put it around there like that. Now we're going to do another cauliflower. And we're going 4 across, and I got 6 cauliflower. So I'm going to have 2 broccoli left and 2 cauliflower. And I'll probably put those in my L bed behind us, or behind the camera. Okay? I only want 1 per square foot for broccoli and cauliflower. I can't go as close as lettuce, right? So now, same way. Make sure you remove those broken down wood chips, that way they can go back on top. Get my fingers in there, get me a plug hole. That should be good. Okay. Some fertilizer down in the hole. Put some blood meal in the hole. Okay. Mix it in. Breaking up things that I fill in there. Okay. Grab me a plug. Just take this. Pinch. Pinch. Kind of pinch it up, right? And then shake it out. Don't pull too hard. Oh, this has better root system. And then break it up like this on the bottom. Don't worry. Be gentle, but you don't have to be too gentle. And I'm going to take that leaf off. I just want this tall plant here. Okay? And put that in the planting hole. I think that way is better. Okay, and put the soil back around it. Hook it down around the plug here. Push that in. I want to make sure the root system's good and covered. We have good contact with the soil before I put the wood chips back on it. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, and now, blood meal. And fertilizer. Scratch it in a little bit. And that's ready to be watered. Just filling, making sure all the holes are pretty much covered. And I'll do the other 2 and we'll be back. Okay, there they all are. I'm going to go ahead and water these in before I do the broccoli so I can cover it up with wood chips. Too hard to work around it. Do it to each one. Water it, let it sink down. And then we're going to come back. I'm going to cover it up with wood chips. I'm just going to push it back over, just like that. Okay? Same thing. Push it back over, just like that. And I'm going to leave that leaf. It's staying upright. Okay? And this one needs to come upright. So, push it over. Okay. That has a crappy leaf on it. I'm going to snip that off. It has a hole in it. Get rid of it. There we go. Won't hurt it. It'll help it. Push this one back up. All right. Broccoli, we're doing the same as cauliflower, but I'm going really to this edge. I'm going to plant the first one right here. It's going to give my cauliflower a lot of room too. So I'm just going to pull the wood chips away. Just like in the cauliflower, I'm going to do one for you. Because it's kind of redundant. But I use 2 fingers, poke it in a hole, and usually that's the depth I need for a plug. Handful of fertilizer, small handful, not huge. Oops, one thing over. Small handful of blood meal, all in the planting hole, but then you want to mix that around. You don't want the roots going right on top of that, okay? It will kill your plant because it will burn it. But if we mix it in, it won't. I feel something hard here. So, it's a piece of compost, so we'll throw it over there. I just want to make sure there's nothing impeding my root growth and no unbroken down wood chips as possible down in the planting hole. It's okay to be around it, but if it's in the planting hole, it will pull nitrogen from your plant. But we backed it up with blood meal too, so we'll be all right. All right, this broccoli is Lieutenant broccoli, and I've never grown it before, and its spacing too says 18 inches apart. You know what I say to that? Bull, right? So we're gonna take a plug of broccoli, looking for the tallest ones. Shortest ones I'll put in pots or something. So I'll do the edges. Okay. Now see that? The broccoli is way more root bound than the cauliflower. So, but same way, just kind of pull the bottom apart, get these roots kind of loose. Snip off that leaf, the one that's going to touch the ground, and leave the rest. And see, he's on the edge of this plug. I don't know if you can see that. He's on the edge of that plug. So you got to take that in consideration when you put it in the hole. Otherwise it won't be straight, right? So I'm going to put it like up against here and push the dirt in that way. That way I have the broccoli where I wanted the broccoli. Okay, I see worm eggs in here. You see these little, let's see if I can show you one. There's a bunch of worm eggs in here. These are good. See this little yellow thing? Those are worm eggs. Those are baby worms in there. Be careful. You want them. Worms are your best friend in gardening. They poop in your soil, give you good nutrients, and they aerate your soil. So it's a win-win with them. So, same thing. Fertilizer, a little bit. Right there. Scratch it in a little. Blood meal. Right there. Scratch it in a little. And then we're not going to cover till we water. Okay, I'm going to do all 4 broccoli, and we'll be back when I'm done. There's all the broccoli. Going to water it in. I'm going to take my glove off so I can see if this water got warm. It did not. So, same thing. Let me turn down the volume there. Okay, come back to the first. 3 times. That's twice. Number 3. Make sure they're good and moist and watered in. I cover them up with wood chips. Get rid of the dead leaf I took out there. Same way I did the cauliflower. Okay. Make sure you got a good layer on top of their soil. It will hold the water in. It will help you in the long run, especially when it gets warm. Oops. Well, that leaf is coming off. Be gentle. Okay. I'm going to stick the marker right back down in here. Where's that cauliflower one? There it is. That way I remember which one's which. They kind of look the same. So, right here. That way it doesn't get covered up too bad. That'll do. Okay. Now all there's left to do is water the wood chips. That's to moisten it so the wood chips don't suck all the water from my plant, right? New planting. I don't have to do this all the time. It's going to rain tomorrow, they say. So that'll help too, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to do it now because it's nice and warm. And they like cold, right? Just enough to wet it down. In between them too. Hopefully you can hear me. You're way over there. Front of them. I'm gonna hit my kale while I'm at it. In between the rows, like so. All right, done. Ooh, it's bright out here. Should have my sunglasses on, but that's it. We'll be back in a couple weeks and I'll show you the growth. And hopefully we get some broccoli this year. I'm going to put down the slug bait. I did it a few weeks ago for my kale and cabbage. So if we get rain tomorrow, I'll put more down. Otherwise, I'm not going to put any right now because it's all around here and I don't want to use too much iron, right? So that's it. I was thinking about showing you the progression of the lettuce, but no, I gotta save that for another video. All right, well, I hope you like, subscribe, and I hope you get to gardening, and you can do it for your keto diet. And guess what? You know exactly what's going into your food. No E. coli here. I'm safe to eat what I eat. I can pick it off the plant and eat it. I don't spray any pesticides or anything. I use neem oil, which is totally edible, and Castile soap. So, just saying, where there's a will, there's a way, and there's a pot for your patio. You can do it. All right, bye-bye.